Hey guys, welcome to Solo ReacTalk. Today I'm going to be reacting to Linfamy Japanese history. This is number 8. It's called, or it's titled, Shamanic Worship Before Shinto. Alright, 3, 2, 1, go.
You could hear it from the other side of the village, the piercing cries of a deer. Around the creature lies an array of bronze bells and pots, overflowing with nuts and berries and meat and fish. All eyes looked towards a figure dressed in flowing white. A bronze mirror hangs from her neck. Her hands grip a ceremonial bronze spear. She chants a few words into the air, then plunges the spear into the animal's neck. Silence. As the deer's life flows from its body, the shaman priestess thanks the beast for its sacrifice and allows a bronze cup to collect its crimson gift. With one practiced motion, the priestess splashes the warm blood over the ground, then places a single seed of rice into the red soil. Psst, don't miss out. Click subscribe and the bell. I'm gonna admit right now that I took creative liberties with that sacrifice scene. While there are descriptions of yayoi rituals, they don't go into such detail. What we do know is that the yayoi were very spiritual and pretty much blindly followed their shaman. The same way I blindly follow makeup YouTubers for some reason. I don't really know why, it's embarrassing. Oh, honey, nice cat's eye. Shamans were leaders of their clans and the people's link to the spiritual realm. People thought they had all kinds of powers, like healing and foretelling the future. They revealed the will of the kami and provided fortune and guidance through shamanic rituals. The roots of kami worship and eventually the Shinto religion developed in the Jomon and Yayoi periods. Most likely, people practiced animism, which seems to be a belief system that indigenous people love, because most of the indigenous peoples we found around the world practice some form of animism. It's safe to presume that early humans had similar beliefs. The Jomon and Yayoi certainly did. Animism is the worship of the Animaniacs, a charming and lovable cartoon from the 1990s. Animism is the belief that all things, objects, places, animals, are alive. Rocks, trees, rain, everything has a spirit and a will. It's easy to see why they believe this. When you don't know why anything happens, why did that fire destroy my hut? Oh, the fire must have been mad at me. The real world and the spiritual world were one and the same. Does this sound familiar? It sounds like kami worship. Kami worship likely grew out of animism. The Jomon and Yayoi peoples worshipped the spirits of mountains, fields, and rivers near their villages. They made up origin stories for special environmental features like large trees. They performed rituals to help them with the important survival stuff like hunting and farming. It's hard to figure out how the Jomon worshipped. Researchers have to guess at how artifacts were used. The Jomon culture relied on hunting, fishing, and gathering. It's likely they had fertility rituals to guarantee the fertility of their people, the animals they hunted, and the plants they gathered. This is this is a dogu. The Jomon made these super intricate clay figurines that may have represented female gods who oversaw the procreation of people and life on Earth. There are figurines that have exaggerated breasts and pregnant bellies. Some even have a child coming out of the womb. Another possible explanation is they were used in rituals wishing for good health. We found many of these figurines broken into pieces. The Jomon may have smashed them when the wishes were fulfilled, or not fulfilled. We've also found stone phallic rods that were probably used in fertility rites. Dogu and these rods were found directly in homes, so it seems the Jomon often engaged in fertility-related worship, which makes sense considering they relied on the fertility of the environment to survive. Interestingly, the Jomon actually did develop primitive cultivation of certain plants to supplement their diets. They were mainly hunter-gatherers, but if the Yayoi had not arrived, the Jomon may have had an agricultural revolution of their own. Yayoi practices are clearer to us because we have Chinese texts and a wealth of artifacts. The Yayoi worshipped all kinds of animals, but certain animals kept showing up again and again. Cranes and herons were sacred. They were thought to be rice spirits. The bird spirit brought the first rice seeds to humans in its beak, which was nice of it. The Yayoi had a ritual where they planted seeds in deer's blood to help plants grow faster. At first, you're thinking, why? It's because the Yayoi worship some kind of deer spirit. Deer shed their antlers every year and grow new ones. The Yayoi thought this mirrored the life cycle of plants, so deer represented the regenerating life force of the land. Since their societies depended on agriculture, this deer spirit must have been supremely important. Images of deer appeared everywhere in their art. It's funny that their love of an animal resulted in the killing of said animal. Oh, Pikachu, I love you. You're so cute. The Ainu did the same to the bears that they revered. Another Yayoi practice, a fortune-telling technique called scapulomancy, where they would poke a hole in the scapula bone of a deer and burn it. The shaman then interprets the heat cracks and scratches of the bone to foretell the future. It's like palm reading, except your palm is a scapula and they burn it. And then we have bronze mirrors. We know the Yayoi coveted these things, but what did they do with them? Many mirrors were family heirlooms passed down through generations. We found mirrors buried with the dead. Shamans displayed them in rituals and used them to reflect sunlight around because they thought it was neat. Archaeologists also found a special type of bronze mirror they called magic mirrors. These had patterns engraved on them so that the reflected light projected images. They also probably lined up mirrors together to form large images. Oh, and I suppose they also used these mirrors to look at themselves and put on makeup. It's funny, I haven't seen one scientist suggest this as a possible use. Hey, you maniacs, thanks for watching. I just want to give a shout out to this YouTuber named Epimetheus. He does this YouTube channel about history topics that are just obscure, and I think you'll like it. Check him out in the description down below. You could hear it from the other side of the village.
I guess that's it with Linfamy today. Animism, I think it's still being practiced even in today's world, you know. I know we have our organized dogma religions, you know, the Christianities of this world, the Islamic faith, Buddhism, Hinduism, you know, all these other very dominant religions that we all follow. But animism is still pretty much followed by indigenous people across the world, you know. And it is a bit contradictory that, you know, the animals that you worship that are supposed to be, you know, the animals of giving life and fertility and vitality and all that stuff, you're killing them to use their blood to grow plants and, you know, and to make sure that the land is fertile and stuff like that. I mean, the animal itself just can just shit, and that shit will also do the same work. You know, you don't have to kill it, but you know, that's just the thing that people did those days and still do, you know, today. You know, sacrificing animals for maybe the gods or the spirits or the ancestors. You know, we still do that stuff. Yeah, this was quite interesting. The Kim Kardashian, the Kim Kardashian joke with that that clay figurine was not really too well. It wasn't really accurate. I mean, seriously, she has big hips, but nothing like what we saw there with that clay figurine. That thing had huge hips, huge. So yeah, I don't know. It kind of caught me off guard with that one there. I guess that's it for today with Linfamy. This was very interesting. Hope to see you guys next time when I watch the next installment of the Linfamy History of Japan. Remember to give me a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And also click on the notification bell if you want to be up to date with my latest videos. Okay guys, that's it. Bye-bye.